But yeah, people like Brian Danielson, whatever his name is, Daniel Bryan, what to call him, in the Indies for 10 years, trained with Shawn Michaels. And really, you put him in NXT, he could be on Raw right now. I'm just saying. Well, people that don't really know Daniel Bryan, I mean, it's probably fair because the fans are, some of them are retarded, some of them aren't. But it's Brian fucking Danielson, man. And let's see here. If you think about it, there's a lot more talent that could be on the roster. Look at the entire FCW roster. There's a bunch of superstars that should be called up by now, and they're not. Hell, Abraham Washington was a given. His show was actually entertaining. At least to me, he was the next Rock, to be honest. He was the next Dwayne Johnson. But people like Joe Hennig, the son, the son of Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig. God rest his soul. But goddamn, you have the son of perfection. And what do? You can leave him in the FCW for a year. Sure, he was the heavyweight champion. Sure, he's probably the current tag team champion still of FCW with Brett DiBiase. But speaking of that, Brett DiBiase, they can have a DiBiase tag team right there. And someone like Alex Riley would be actually kind of funny in WWE. Maybe season 2 NXT. But what NXT, the point of it is, it's a little bit interesting, but it's kind of retarded at the same time. It's like having Tough Enough on crack with a million fans watching it every week. But, I mean, even though it's the UK doesn't know. The UK have crazy fans over there. I'm just going to say that right now, just like Canada does. But, it's weird. And what I saw today on SmashWrestling.com, I'll put the link on that site too. This past Tuesday, which was April 13th, 2010, Sci-Fi announced a multi-year agreement to broadcast a show, NXT or ECW, starting October 1st, 2010 at 8 p.m. However, fans of WWE's new show, NXT, will be disappointed to hear that the new one-hour show, which replaced ECW later this year, which is bullshit, will be axed in October to make way for SmackDown. See, that's retarded. Even though SmackDown's on my network TV, has been doing so since 2008. Prior to that, it aired on the CW network, if you think about it. Which was kind of retarded at first, because it's the same channel. They call it UPN CW. And speaking of that, the first 7 years of SmackDown was on UPN. From 1999. I was probably 8 or something back then. But the point is, WWE is fucking on crack right now. They're trying everything in their power to beat them in the Night Wars. Oh, let's get going here. This is stupid. Friday Night SmackDown averaged more than 3.4 million viewers a week. That is probably more than the Super Bowl last year. Maybe more, maybe less, maybe more, I don't know. Just taking a guess here. It is currently the most watched television program on Friday nights among males under 55, which is, hardcore fans and whatever, and beats all Friday night primetime programming on ABC, NBC, Fox, and CW, which ironically SmackDown was on. Among 18 men 18 years old to 34, which is probably the not John Cena fans, because John Cena fans watch Raw. In their bedtimes at maybe 9 or something, because they can't watch their hero. But still, 18 to 34, that's a pretty good estimate and a pretty good demographic of what Americans like. Well, not what they like, but, just shows how powerful it's been over the years. This is from the Sci-Fi president, by the way. Sci-Fi president Dave Howe added, from WWE.com, by the way, WWE is the ultimate in imagination based on sports entertainment, which kind of is bullshit, but kind of true over the years at the same time. Because of TNA taking it after Monday Night Wars, but let's keep going. I can't read. Hooray! Fantasy, like fantasy, whatever. Fantastical, which is a weird word. Thrill of Friday Night SmackDown provide an ideal addition to the sci-fi slate. As it states, the younger male and female demographic, which are the fastest growing countries for WWE. And it's kind of, okay, so please note the sci-fi deal does not affect international non-just blah 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 blah. Well, you know what that means? This is probably the third or fourth time in 2 years that WWE has switched SmackDown to somewhere. It's retarded. Ugh. Is Vince on crack or something? I'm just going to say that right now. Speaking of that, TNA's next pay-per-view, Lockdown, is this Sunday. Did I pull it in there somewhere? One of the, of course, Lethal Lockdown's going to be there, but the fact is, how the fuck are they going to do this Lockdown with a four-sided ring? Because, it's a six-sided steel. It was made famous years ago from TNA. And if you think about it, this is one of the probably the biggest test for TNA so far. I said, sure, it was, they had to capitalize on their pay-per-view for the start to kick off the Monday Night Wars. But now the Monday Night Wars are going strong, especially when you have a pay-per-view called Lockdown, and every match is a steel cage match. It's awesome. But I don't know. How are they going to do it with a four-sided ring? I mean, of course you can get a four-sided cage, but this was the six sides of steel. And ever since they got rid of the six-sided ring and got the WCW ramp, if you have noticed that ramp, that looks kind of like the WCW ramp a few years ago. Well, a long time ago, really. But they had the four-sided ring and the WCW ramp, which, you can obviously tell it is. But, yeah, it's going to be hard to figure that out because TNA, this is a true test for them. And while we look at the card, by the way, this is this Sunday, the World Heavyweight Championship match, AJ Styles and Profiling Styles. Woo! Sorry, I just had to do that. Versus the Pope, D'Angelo De Niro, a.k.a. Elijah Burke, if you haven't noticed that by now. Now, Burke, Pope, whatever you want to call him. Pope is pimping. We all know that. Pope is pimping. But AJ is, phenomenal. Even though he has Ric Flair in his corner. If you have Ric Flair in your corner, you're doing something good. I'm just going to say that right now. You are doing something good to have Ric Flair in your motherfucking corner. Now, seeing that AJ and, AJ's had good steel cage matches over the years. He's probably been in a few of them, but still, he has great matches overall. Doesn't matter if he's a heel right now or a face. Just like Randy Orton. AJ Styles can be anything and work it. Especially if you have Ric Flair on your side. I'm just saying that right now. Even though Ric Flair was in a wheelchair, which is not fair to Flair at all. And, it's retarded. I'm just going to say that right now. But, I mean, yeah, he got out of his wheelchair. We all knew it was fake from the beginning. Because Ric Flair in a wheel... Okay, god damn it. I hate being a slave to the time limit. The 10-minute time limit, we will be right back. I apologize for this. This is fucking retarded.